Right now, the search is on for this man. Today, a jury convicted David Powers on several charges, including sexual conduct, kidnapping, and domestic assault. But Powers never showed up for the verdict. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Nelson. Washington County prosecutors say he is on the run. His own lawyer doesn't even know where he is. Jennifer Hoff joins us now with more of what we know at this hour. Jennifer?
Julie, Powers was out on bail but had to wear a GPS monitor. Authorities say he likely got it off, and now there's a warrant for his arrest, putting the victim at the center of all this on edge.
I'm anxious, I'm scared, I'm frustrated.
Chandra McFarland had hoped to put the past behind her when her ex-boyfriend was convicted of kidnapping and assaulting her today, except he didn't show up to court.
Where is he? Is he out of the state by now?
The case dates back 2 years when McFarland and David Powers started dating, but just mere months later, she says he snapped after the two argued. Court documents detailing the crime that happened in her Lake Elmo home. Powers holding McFarland hostage then for more than 24 hours. Sure, he was trying to kill her multiple times during the attacks.
I don't want to use the word crazy, but that's what was just so crazy about this situation was, I had met this person and he presented himself as, the perfect person.
Powers worked across the country as a roofer, has dual citizenship with Russia, and was already convicted of assault 12 years ago in Hennepin County under a different name, something McFarland never knew. His lawyer adamant he's not dangerous to the general public.
I think he's put himself in a pickle by taking off. And that creates a danger for law enforcement, when there's a confrontation like that, when you have to take somebody down.
The Washington County Sheriff's Office confirms it's actively looking for Powers, who's facing at least 40 years in prison if he's ever found.
He's got a violent history. He's a scary person. I just want people to be aware of who he is.
And that's why she so bravely spoke out, is to let other people know about what happened and who he is. McFarland only escaping back then when her colleagues called law enforcement, who showed up to perform a welfare check because she hadn't come to work. She's not sure where Powers is either, although many people who I spoke to connected to this case tell me he has likely fled the country at this point. Powers' attorney saying he has never had anything happen like this, Julie, and he's been practicing law now for nearly 30 years.
So her colleagues are at work saying, where's Chandra?
Where are you?
And so thank goodness they did that. She's remarkably composed, knowing that this man is on the street and she was the victim in this case. She seems okay. Is that possible?
I don't think okay is maybe the right word. She said she has a lot of time to sort of sit on this and put into therapy and counseling to work through some of this.
Yeah.
But this was sort of her way to kind of put a pin in this, and then he doesn't show up for the end of the trial. So yeah, she's definitely on edge still.
All right, well, we hope they find him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer.